None yet on the calendar. We have one final bill. Two final bills, both by very distinguished new members of this House. Members, the Senate companion to House Bill 2087 is over and eligible. Accordingly, the chair lays out Senate Bill 500, and the clerk will read the bill.
SB 500 by Vandepute relating to the Texas State Board of Pharmacy.
Chair recognizes Mr. Dr. Sheffield of Coryell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members, the pharmacies in this state are governed by the Texas State Board of Pharmacy. Currently, there are 6 members who are pharmacists, 3 members
Mr. Speaker,
of the general public.
Mr. Sheffield.
will the doctor yield for a couple of questions?
Dr. Sheffield, will you yield to Mr. Sheffield?
I gladly yield to Mr. Sheffield for some questions.
Doctor yields to Mr. Sheffield for questions.
I think it's kind of exciting. We got a Sheffield and a Sheffield on both mics, you know. Dr. Sheffield, I kind of looked at this bill that you're carrying, or Senator Vandepute, which I have great respect for, and I really kind of have a question, a little concerning question about the bill. Are you adding more drug pushers to the state board?
Yes, we're adding one more drug pusher and one more drug pusher technician at the request of the drug pushers themselves.
Well, why are all these people standing around you?
Moral support, and I'm very grateful for their support.
You know, you really made a big difference when you came and joined this House, because now we actually have a true Sheffield caucus, and I welcome you to the House.
I am glad to be a member of the Sheffield caucus led by yourself, sir.
Mr. Cook?
Would the gentleman yield for a question?
Gentleman yield? Gentleman yield.
Gladly yield for a question.
Mr. Sheffield, what county do you reside in?
Gatesville, Texas.
That's okay. That's your town. What county do you reside in?
It's Coryell County.
Coryell County. That's exactly right. Who's one of your constituents in Coryell County?
I believe it's a very distinguished, wise, elegant, highly considered gentleman named Byron Cook.
That's exactly right. And I am looking forward to you carrying the load over there. Are you going to be able to do that?
Yes, sir.
All right. One last question. If I can ever do anything to help you, you let me know, okay?
And that's about the 1,000th time you've said that, and I appreciate that, sir, very much.
Mrs. Colcourse.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, does the gentleman yield?
Does the gentleman yield for a question?
The gentleman gladly yields. Hi, Mom. Public Health Committee chairperson there.
Everybody calls you Mr. Sheffield, but I think you're Dr. Sheffield, aren't you?
That's correct. I answered both.
Okay, I want the floor to know, do y'all hear all of his emotion in his voice? Yes, that is correct. You know, Dr. Sheffield, do you ever get emotional on the Public Health Committee where you're pounding the table or raise your voice or anything?
Not that I recall, Madam Chair. Have you caught me doing so?
No, because we all enjoy your measured responses and questions. We never talk too fast. And if I have to ask a question, it might take a while to get out. But anyway, I just want to make sure that you're comfortable with this bill. Are you you're feeling good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and we don't need to scrub it anymore here, right?
I'm sorry.
We don't need to scrub this bill anymore here, right?
No, this bill is fine as it is, ma'am. Thank you for
Okay,
asking.
all right. Thank you, Dr. Sheffield.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mr. Speaker,
Ms. Sheffield.
a few remaining questions for the doctor.
You didn't get them the first time.
I gladly yield to the other half of the Sheffield caucus.
Dr. Sheffield, just, you know, you office right across from me. There's been a little confusion about which Sheffield office they're in sometimes. I just want to know if, when they come to you, have anybody asked you to sponsor White Wings here at the House?
We know when they come in asking for the best Tex-Mex restaurant in Temple, we direct them across the hall to your office, sir.
That's very kind of you. There has been a little confusion there because the Sheffield and Sheffield, just because we both of us still have the stash, it doesn't mean a whole lot. And Mr. Speaker, if we talk 10 minutes, will this bill go down on the Senate side too?
No, it will not.
JD,
But his time will have
Welcome.
expired.
yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Speaker,
Mrs. King?
will the gentleman yield?
The gentleman
Gentleman
gladly yields to
Gladly.
Ms. King of Taylor
Yeah,
for our question.
Dr. Sheffield, Representative Sheffield, is that true that sometimes in voting meetings for public health that you are able to add some really clear explanations of some type to help us make a decision on how to vote out a bill? And does it have to do with any type of exam? Mr. Speaker, could you ask the representative to answer my question?
He seems confused.
I'm not confused about the answer to the question, Mr. Speaker. I'm a little confused about how much of my answer fits the decorum of the House floor.
No, absolutely not. You can withdraw, I'll withdraw the question, but thank you for your input. Welcome to the House.
Glad to be of any input, ma'am.
Representative Wally?
Mr. Speaker, would Dr. Sheffield yield for?
Gentleman yield for,
Gladly yield for a question.
gentleman yields.
Now, is it Mr. Moody or Mr. Wally?
I'm glad that you're the right Dr. Sheffield.
Okay, because he almost pulled that over me one day.
Right, right. It's not a question, but I just wanted to publicly thank you, Dr. Sheffield, for your work on Representative Hernandez-Luna's bill yesterday, and I appreciate your independence, and I really appreciate, we need more members like you that vote your conscience, and I wish there were more folks like you in this House that will vote their conscience. So I really appreciate you that, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Speaker,
I move passage.
Mr.
Mr.
Speaker,
Raymond?
gentlemen yield.
Gentleman yield.
Mr. Canales, should I yield to this gentleman or not?
Oh,
I do
yeah,
yield
you
for a
should,
question,
buddy.
sir.
Representative,
You don't have any
Dr.
life-size
Representative,
posters.
isn't it true that your bill will cut taxes, provide more local control, create jobs, and secure the border?
I hope he can do all those things and follow in the pathways of so many other bills in this chamber.
And isn't it also true, I've been informed now by Mr. Keffer over here with a goatee, that this will also lead to peace in the Middle East? Is that true?
We can hope so, sir.
You got a great bill.
Thank you.
Is anyone wishing to speak on for or against Senate Bill 500? Seeing no one, Ms. Sheffield moves to pass Senate Bill 500 third reading. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The noes seem to have it. The ayes have it. Senate Bill
you.
500 is passed the third
Thank
reading.
you. Thanks, everybody.
Representative Sheffield of Coryell moves to lay House Bill 2087 on table, subject to call. Is there objection? Chair.
I think he's popular. I think so.
Chair lays out House Bill 1554 on second reading. The clerk will read the bill.